Hey guys, it's Miss Johnson. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Today we're going to be learning about sequence and how that helps us figure out the plot and also reviewing cause and effect. Before we begin, I want you to remember that the cause is why something happens and the effect is what happened. So after I read something, I always ask myself, well, what happened? That is the effect. And then I say, well, why did that happen? That is the cause. Remember that sequence is the order something happens. So think about what happens first, next, then, and last, and this will help us figure out the plot. The plot is what happens at the beginning, middle, and end of a story. So today we're going to read a story and we're going to figure out the plot. We're also going to review the cause and effect. If we look at the illustrations or the pictures on this page, we could make a guess about what this story is about. We could also use the title to figure out what the story is going to be mostly about. Let me read the title, A Bird Named Fern. So what do you guys think this story is mostly about? You guessed it, A Bird Named Fern. The title usually tells us the main idea of a story. As we read this story, I want you guys to remember what happens first, what happens next, what happens then, and what happens last. Also, keep an eye out for what happened and why it happened, the cause and effect. Little Fern was always full of questions. She wanted to know about everything in the world. One day, Fern saw something up in the sky. What is that big white boat doing in the sky? She asked herself. I want to find out. It would be great to ride on that big white boat, Fern said. So she stretched her wings and took off. What do you guys think the big white boat is? Is it really a big white boat? No. What do you think it is? Well, let's keep reading to see if your prediction is right. Fern's wings helped her climb up, up, up. But then she got close to the boat. But when she got close to the boat, she was surprised. The boat looked like a fluffy bed. Is it really a fluffy bed? My prediction is that it's not a big white boat and it's not a fluffy bed. It's a cloud. Let's keep reading to see if my prediction is right. Did you guys have the same prediction? Well, let's keep reading. Fern was sleepy and wanted to rest, so she leaped on the bed, but she fell through it. I see another bed, said Fern. I will try to land on that one. But the same thing happened again. I'd better go home, cried Fern. Maybe Mom and Dad can explain this. What do you think Mom and Dad is going to explain to Fern? Yeah, I predict that Mom and Dad is going to tell Fern that there are no boats in the sky, there are no fluffy beds in the sky, there are clouds in the sky. Let's keep reading. So Fern began to fly home. As she did, the beds turned gray. Ooh, so let's pause right there. Do beds turn gray? No. What do you think is really turning gray or dark gray? The clouds, right? We know that when the sky gets dark gray, that it's about to do what? What is your prediction? That it's going to rain. Let's keep reading and see if that's right. So Fern began to fly home. As she did, the beds turned dark gray. Then it started to rain. You guys are right. Poor Fern was soaked when she got home. Where were you? Asked Mom and Dad. Fern told them all about her trip. First, we will dry you off, said Mom. Then we will teach you about clouds. You guys are right, added Dad. And that is what they did. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the cause and effect so that we can figure out the plot. I gave you the first one, right? In the beginning of the story, Fern wonders what is in the sky, right? That's what happened. Why does she wonder what's in the sky? Because she sees something in the sky. Then what happens? Fern sees something in the sky, she wonders, and then what happened? What does Fern do next? Yeah, she stretched her wings and she took off. She wanted to figure out what was in the sky. So next, Fern stretched her wings and took off. Why did she stretch her wings and take off? Because she wanted to ride on that fluffy white boat. What happened after that? Was it a boat? No, it wasn't. She was surprised, right? And why was she surprised? Because the boat looked like a fluffy bed. Was it a bed? No. What happened last? So let's back up a little bit. So it wasn't a fluffy bed, right? She fell through, right? And then what started to happen? Or what happened to Fern after she fell through and she was on her way home? She got soaked. And why did Fern get soaked? Because it started to rain. You guys just did three things here. You figured out the cause and effect of a story. You also figured out the sequence of the story. That's why there's first, next, then, and last. And because we figured this out, you guys just did, or you guys just learned the plot of the story, A Bird Named Fern. You guys are all done. Good job today on that. That wasn't too hard because these are all skills that we learned before. We just put them together now to learn what a plot is. Good job, and always remember that practice, practice, practice makes you better. Adios, friends.